For months, astronomers told us 3 Atlas would be nothing more than a spectacle. A harmless interstellar passerby, skimming past Mars before disappearing into the dark. But the universe rarely does harmless without intent. And now, the James Webb Space Telescope has delivered data that changes everything. The numbers no longer agree. The path has shifted. And for the first time, scientists are quietly admitting what no one wanted to consider. 3 Atlas may be on a collision course with Mars. This is no longer just about a comet. It's about precision. About clock-like gas emissions. About an object that behaves less like debris and more like design. The deeper the data goes, the clearer the pattern becomes. 3 Atlas isn't drifting. It's correcting. Steering. Adjusting. And Mars sits directly in its path. When the object was first detected on July 1, it appeared ordinary by interstellar standards, a fast-moving blur, glowing faintly as it tore through space at nearly 87 kilometers per second relative to the Sun. At that speed, it could cross the distance between Earth and the Moon in under 80 minutes. But velocity wasn't what stunned scientists. Behavior was. Natural comets slow down as they approach the inner solar system. Their structures destabilize. Jets become chaotic. 3 Atlas did the opposite. It accelerated, subtly, consistently. Its trajectory tightened. Its coma doubled in brightness within weeks. Spectral analysis revealed extreme ultraviolet spikes and carbon dioxide outgassing at rates never observed in any known comet. And then Webb saw something that ended the debate. Rhythmic pulses in the tail. Not random jets from solar heating, but controlled bursts occurring every 17 minutes with machine-like regularity. Not noise. Not chaos. A pattern. As observatories across the world recalculated its trajectory, a near miss became something far more unsettling. The projected closest approach to Mars dropped to just under 2 million kilometers. On a cosmic scale, that's nothing. Simulations showed that even a minor increase in velocity, well within the range of the observed gas pulses, could shift the object into a direct impact. This level of control is unheard of in natural bodies. It was as if 3 Atlas was using its own outgassing as microthrusters, aligning itself precisely with Mars' orbital plane. Scientists weren't just tracking an object anymore. They were watching it aim. Then came the radar returns. Signals from Mars orbiters and deep space antennas didn't match the soft, diffuse signatures expected from ice and dust. They came back sharp. Metallic. Structured. Amateur astronomers added something else, high-exposure images showing thin, needle-like green streams pulsing in sync with the gas emissions, converging toward Mars. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb and his team published a paper proposing what many had only whispered. 3 Atlas might not be natural at all. It could be engineered. If it impacts Mars, the energy release would be beyond comprehension. Millions of megatons. A crater tens of kilometers wide. Debris scattered into orbit, some of it potentially crossing paths with Earth. But the physical damage would only be the beginning. Mars is filled with scientific assets, rovers, orbiters, decades of climate and astrobiology data. An impact wouldn't just destroy machines. It would erase knowledge. Worse, Mars may still be alive in ways we don't fully understand. Subsurface ice, dormant microbes, chemical ecosystems locked beneath the crust. An impact could fracture those layers. And if 3 Atlas carries organic or synthetic material, the collision could seed Mars with something entirely foreign. Not destruction, but delivery. James Webb's final deep scan only intensified the fear. Leaked data suggested traces of synthetic polymers and carbon-based structures resembling engineered materials, things that should not form naturally in space. Isotopic ratios didn't match anything known in the solar system. Whatever 3 Atlas is made of, part of it doesn't belong. Then NASA went quiet. Press briefings stopped. Telemetry gaps appeared in Mars missions. Questions were redirected. And in a leaked internal document, a phrase surfaced that changed the tone entirely: impact protocol initiated. No one knows exactly what that means. But encrypted signals were sent to Mars-based systems worldwide. Not to stop the object, but possibly to prepare for it. Cryptographers took a different approach. They translated the object's trajectory, timing, and velocity into binary. What emerged wasn't random. It was structured. Repeating. Atomic numbers appeared: carbon, oxygen, silicon, iron. The building blocks of life and machines. Interwoven were prime sequences and recursive intervals consistent with communication protocols. The trajectory itself may be the message. As impact windows narrowed, another coincidence emerged. The projected descent path passed directly over Elysium Planitia, a region marked by unusually symmetrical formations and a perfectly circular basin with no known geological origin. At its center lay crystalline silicates that pulsed infrared light at regular intervals when struck by sunlight. A beacon, perhaps. Or a rendezvous point. Then something followed it. Trailing 3 Atlas at a fixed distance was a shadow, undetectable by radar, invisible to infrared, yet clearly blocking light. It maintained perfect formation, unaffected by gravity or acceleration. Whatever it wasn't debris. It was synchronized. Dates began to matter. The object's alignments coincided with rare orbital harmonics: September 23, October 5, November 11. Patterns studied by ancient civilizations. The last similar configuration occurred in 1908, the year of the Tunguska event. Nothing about this felt accidental anymore. Even human consciousness entered the equation. Neurological studies found that exposure to the object's pulse frequencies produced synchronized brainwave patterns across isolated subjects. Not suggestion. Not coincidence. Entrainment. As if the signal wasn't just mechanical but cognitive. Ancient sky maps told the same story. Babylonian tablets, Mayan carvings, Tibetan scrolls, all described a serpent of fire descending from the dark, curving unnaturally toward Mars. One stone calendar even depicted debris dispersal patterns that matched modern impact simulations. Mars itself began to respond. Xenon isotopes rose from beneath the surface near Cerberus Fossae. Seismic activity increased. Subsurface temperatures climbed. Magnetometers detected structured pulses every 17 minutes, the same interval as 3 Atlas emissions. Mars wasn't being threatened. It was reacting. In the final days, signals emerged from beneath Olympus Mons. Infrasonic. Structured. When visualized, they formed the same spiral pattern emitted by the object near the Sun. A call and response. High-resolution imagery later captured something impossible. Dust fields rearranged themselves into 2 expanding concentric ovals. An eye, tilted exactly 23.5 degrees. Earth's axial tilt. Mars had blinked. Webb's final analysis found something else in the object's trail, a molecular structure similar to RNA. Not biological as we know it, but unmistakably informational. Responsive. Portions mirrored human encryption logic. Others aligned with musical intervals. Life not as cells, but as code. As Mars, Earth, and the Sun aligned in perfect transit, The geometry matched ancient monuments across Earth: Stonehenge, Teotihuacan, Nabta Playa. Structures built long before modern astronomy, all pointing to this configuration. 3 Atlas wasn't arriving to destroy. It was arriving to complete something. We thought we were watching a comet. We were witnessing a performance. A ritual written into gravity and time. Mars remembered. Earth noticed. And whatever comes next isn't about impact. It's about attention. Because 3 Atlas didn't come for Mars. It came for us. And now that we're watching, the real question isn't what it will do next. It's what we will.